again. God damn it. Let's get inside. So today, I think we're gonna be pulling some more styrofoam. As per usual, I really need to get this stuff out of the bus and need to get the new stuff in. There should be a lot of parts arriving in the mail today, so that'll be nice. Not sure if you're gonna get to see them just quite yet. Maybe. But yeah, let's remove some more styrofoam. Hooray! Some more trash bags, but we are up to here on the ceiling. There are 3 panels back there and what's under the AC still, but yes, there is not much left in the ceiling, and then it's just that and that and that corner. All right, let's keep going. Back out. It is sunny outside, which is nice, but it is like 12 degrees out, but with the sun out it feels warmer than it is. Today, my phone died yesterday, so I couldn't film as much as I wanted to, and I didn't film the end of the day when I had something to say, so here we go. The foam is done. At least I think the foam is done, as much foam as I'm gonna be removing from the bus. So we've got piles of trash bags with foam, but yes, the AC unit has been moved, not removed, just moved. And at this point, since I'm running out of time and money, that is likely just gonna get relocated. Maybe I'll move it over here or something, so it's not in my headspace way where I'm gonna run into it all the time. Because yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have the time or money to switch the front system over and delete this and get it drained and refilled and yada yada. It is basically completely uninsulated now besides the floor, but just having the floor isn't going to do anything, so we need to get this insulated. And like I said, it's super cold today, so yesterday as I was removing the final bits of the styrofoam, this heater was not keeping up, and it was almost 30 degrees out here. So today we're gonna begin with the actual building of it. All right, so let's get this cleaned out, and then we're gonna go over a couple things. Now that all that's gone, let's go over a couple things. I still need to clean this up, but I'll let this heater run for a little bit before I go unplugging it to run the vacuum. So yeah, that's been unbolted. I do have a riv nut kit, so I could redo that, or I can figure out another way of mounting it. I'm just pretty sure it has to be mounted in a certain orientation so that the water collects, and I'd have to reuse those drains. But I think those lines will fit enough for that thing to probably hang up right here. And I think it'll work because the bed will be here, so it'll be okay if it takes up the headspace there. And again, I can remove this later down the line too, once I get there. Measuring up these walls, remember I said I was gonna frame them out, and I was very questioning until recently. I said I was gonna frame them out. Well, I'm not. Again, I'm running out of time, I'm running out of money. These are actually 1.5 inches thick, not an inch. I thought these were an inch, you know, when I first started planning out the bus, but now that I've realized that they're 1.5 inches and not an inch, and I was going for 2 inches total of insulation, I'm gonna drop down to 1.5 inches, because I think that would be fine. And then I don't need to frame out anything. I don't need to buy any extra wood. I don't need to take any extra time to do that. I just have to cover these walls after I fill them with the new insulation, which we're gonna get to today. I gotta bring that in here, but I wanna clean this up and get rid of all this bullshit that's contaminating everything, and it's even made its way inside the house, and it's all over the fucking place, and it is pissing me off. So I gotta clean this stuff up, but it is super cold in here, and my hands are already beginning to freeze. So if you're not new to the series and you've been following along, then you may remember me saying what I got for insulation. I didn't say what it was, but I said whatever you think it is, you're likely wrong. Well, let's find out what it was. So, I don't know if you can tell, but you know anything about this? This is wool. This is wool batting, and this is what I'm going to use as my insulation. Now, you might have said, oh, well, I guess wool. Well, this is not from where you think it is. You probably think, oh, it's Havelock wool. You'd be wrong. Havelock is one of the most popular brands on the market for some reason, and one of the only brands. It's like big wool almost. It's kind of crazy. I went looking around because I was like, all right, well, if I want wool insulation on the bus, what are my options? And well, I found Havelock and Havelock and Havelock, and I was like, what the fuck? Who else? There's got to be somewhere else that provides wool for insulation in general, right? Because I couldn't find anything else unless I went overseas to the UK or Australia or something. Then there's like maybe a few options, like 1 or 2, not a lot. So I thought it was kind of crazy that I couldn't find anybody else. But then I stumbled upon one that looked rather skeptical because it's a lot of AI generated website, it looks like. And it was kind of vague on some of the details. It just looked entry level and a little bit different. It didn't look as professional and well built, this company. And I couldn't find any information on it or anybody else that made any YouTube videos or done any reviews on it besides what was on their own page. So this wool is, the company is called Wool.life Vanlife. I know, it's kind of hard. Or like the website says Wool.life. So I don't know if it's Wool.life is the brand, but it also says Vanlife at the end. So I don't really know what the brand name is, but this was significantly cheaper for what I was trying to do. It is a little bit of a different product than what Havelock provides. Havelock has a lot more information, a lot more reviews and people that have used it. So like there's a lot of feedback on it per se. So yeah, that it's like a trusted product, I guess you could say. But they also like dominate the market somehow. So I don't know, I feel like there's something kind of sketchy going on there. But I thought this may have been a scam, but I did not get scammed. It did reject my card the first time, or my card rejected it because it thought it was fraud, but then I confirmed it. And I actually got my packages. I was almost scared because the first tracking number they sent me, they canceled the shipment the same day. And I didn't even realize till the next day because I was like, oh, I got a tracking number. I'll check it tomorrow, see where it's at. And they canceled it like a couple hours later after they sent it to me. So I contacted them, but they reached back out and they said, oh, that's our bad. You should have got sent the new tracking numbers. That was the wrong size box. Here are the 3 tracking numbers for your actual packages. And they actually arrived. So we need to get this stuff installed in here so it's not so cold. Let's start unpacking this stuff and seeing if we can get it installed. I figure I should probably start in a smaller section. This stuff is a little dusty, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to be irritating me at all. And I don't seem to really notice it. I'm trying to figure out how this is laid out. Well, I'm gonna sweep the floor, and we're just gonna like dump this out and see how it's wrapped up. A bunch of styrofoam particles. And my new wool insulation. Quite a lot going on here. Looks like one giant sheet. Oh, crap. This is just kind of funny. Not gonna lie. Alright, well, we need an inch. Oops, the broom. I'm gonna have to move you guys. We're running out of room. Let's move you guys back to here. I don't know what this little bit is. This is just a little extra bit. So we might start with that. But that also could be good for the areas that are not quite as large of a flat surface. You know what I mean? Like good stuffing. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. It's like a big old sheet of it. It's very soft, fluffy. Alright, so I'm thinking I probably need about 2 layers of this is about thick enough. Inch and a half there. Yeah. Because you don't want to squish. From what I've learned, you don't want to compress your insulation. You want it to hold the air that is in it, right? You don't want to squish all the air out because then that makes your insulation ineffective as insulation. So I think just overlapping this over itself one time like that will give us the thickness that we want. We'll continue to check it over time, but then I'll just cut it out to the size I need, and I'll take my aluminum tape that I've been using, because I think this is going to be the best way to secure it down for the time being, and I'll just basically just tape them up, try to hang them in there as best I can, and hopefully that works. So I need to go grab some scissors so I can cut this, and we'll get to putting it on this small wall first. I figured I'd start with the short one that's going to get covered up, so that if I have any issues, then well, we can learn now. Got scissors. So let's measure out the first cavity, and I still need to do the expanding foam. I've just been waiting for a day that it hasn't been too cold, because I'm pretty sure this stuff is supposed to be done at a certain temperature. Yeah, 60 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So that can is probably frozen. So I'm not going to do these bottom ones just quite yet, unless they're the ones that don't need to be filled in. But this one needs to be filled. I think this one needs to be filled. So I'm going to do these top ones, and we'll work our way around. So we'll measure this out and get a piece. The other thing about working with products like this is that I don't need any protective material to install it. I don't need a freaking face mask. I don't need a whole hazmat suit. Yeah, I don't even need gloves to work with this stuff. So it's really nice. Doesn't require any special tools. They do say, at least this company, they usually sell stuffing, wool stuffing basically, that you would blow into your walls or cavities, and I just didn't want to deal with that because I didn't want to have to put an extra layer of anything over the walls if I didn't want to, and I just wanted something easy like regular batting, which is just basically like regular batting. So just double check our measurements. 16, 17 and a half. Cool. See how it goes in. I'm just tucking it into this bar right here to kind of hold it. Make sure I get all the way down in there. And get hung up on the metal. And feel it. And this sticks up in there. And I think that's gonna be perfect, guys. So look at that. That fits right up to the edge. We'll get held in a little bit more with the whatever goes over it, but I think one of these tape strips across the top, just to keep it from sagging down, will do just fine. Sweet. Look at that. Freaking awesome. Actually, this can go, see, stuff like that will go into those little cavities there. That's my plan. Look at that. That's not too bad. think that'll hold up. And then once the wall panels are over, this will all get super pushed on. So yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna set the camera to the time lapse because I just explained what I did to do that first one, and I'll just refine my techniques as you will see. So as you can see, we have basically one whole wall insulated. I still have to put expanding foam on the bottom, like I said, so I'm not gonna fill those pieces in yet, even though I could just stuff the wool down in there. Maybe. We'll see how much wool we have at the end, and if we have enough, then we'll just go that route. But remember, we still have the whole ceiling to do. I gotta insulate in there, over the door, whole back area, the back door, and this whole wall. So, but that only took me about an hour to do that whole area, which is, you know, about over half the size of this, I would say, or yeah, about half the size of this wall. So, it's not very hard at all. It's very, very easy. You just measure it out to the rough size, and it's like stuffing, so you know, you can stretch it out a little bit or push it back in, so it's very easy to work with. I think I'm gonna move some stuff around and keep working my way around. I might run out of that tape, so I might have to go get more of that, or something equivalent to it. I'm just using that because that's what I have left over from the foam board. So let's keep plugging away at it. All right, so we got this wall, as you saw, and then we moved to that wall. I put that cabinet back in place, but up to there is all insulated from the floor up to the roof. That little square right there, I'm probably gonna wait, because that is where the water heater is planned to come through, or somewhere around here, and it'll sit inside of this cabinet. I need to do some measuring, but basically I'm going to leave that one open. I still need to fill that small one in, and we're just going to keep working our way back and around. I did fill that little piece in because I had a cutoff that fit well, but yeah, I was just going to keep chipping away. I might go eat some breakfast real quick, since I am kind of hungry. But yeah, this is going quite well. And another thing I noticed, since I'm adding insulation back to the bus, the heater is beginning to be able to keep up with the heating needs of here. So slowly, as I keep installing more panels, it begins to heat up more and more. So it's holding up to like 40 degrees in here, which is not bad for that little guy, with no insulation on the roof currently. But yeah. And also keep in mind, I've yet to get into these two boxes yet. So I've gotten almost this entire wall. I've gotten over half of that wall. And I'm not even done with the first thing yet. So that, I'd say, is pretty good. I think a box will cover the roof. This box should finish the rest of this wall at least, and it'll probably do the back too, or some of the back, maybe not including the door. But yeah, let's just keep going. Alright, here's where we're at. We got this entire wall done, minus this one section where the water heater is going to be going. We got this whole wall section done besides that little strip, but that'll just be extra stuffing bits. So all we have left is the door, which we got to pull the foam board out of there and stuff in the new stuff. So that shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't take too long. I've already cracked into those doors. Those rivets are super easy to get off, so that should be a quick job. Although I think the doors might be 1 inch thick, so hold on. And that's probably why I thought the whole bus was 1 inch. Yeah, the doors are 1 inch thick, so there's only going to be probably 1 layer going through the doors, potentially. But yeah, we just got the ceiling, the back, doors, and then the front cap. I'm gonna go unbox that water heater because it just arrived, and I'm gonna figure out, I might cut this hole right now and cut this cabinet right now so I can insulate around it and just get it going. But then again, I have to silicone seal that heater into place, and it is not a good temperature outside for doing sealing. So I don't know, I'm gonna unbox it, see what it's about, and how it's gonna work, and then we'll go from there. I am finally cracking into a second box, and I think I'm gonna move up to the ceiling potentially, because I got this wall's done, this wall's done, minus the heater spot, of course, and then I got this corner finished and the top of the back door. So I could get that corner next, but I think doing these corners, since they're kind of a weird shape and they're all kind of weird sizes too, I think it's best to save those for last, because a lot of these are going to be the same size. So if I'm cutting out the same size out of this, then it's, you know, a lot more efficient. It's kind of like the foam board, you know, the less you have to cut it, the more straight the cuts, the easier. So yeah, I think I'm going to move to the ceiling next. I still have a bunch left from the first box. It's just not, you know, straight flat pieces at this point. So that's how much is left in the first box. That can be stuffed up in the top storage area in the front, as well as other miscellaneous areas. But yeah, like this area, actually I'll stuff that in real quick, and then I think I'm gonna pull this out and start doing the tops. One thing you may see is that this wool is straight in the box. It doesn't come in like a vacuum packed bag like Havelock or anything like that. They just throw it straight in the box, which is I think it's fine. I mean, the tape stuck to it a bit, and then they're a bit bulging, but you know, it is what it is. So let's keep going. had to quit filming because my phone died briefly, so I went and charged it and came back out and kept working without filming this time. I guess the time lapse uses a lot of battery. I still have all of this left for box 2, which is like good flat sheet, plus that in box 2. Still have all of this in box 1, which is like kind of stuffing scraps, which would be great for up in there. But we are very close to finished with insulation, actually, which is kind of crazy to think about. The hardest parts, you probably saw me struggling with these large roof panel areas. It is possible to do as one person, but you're gonna go through a lot more material, you know, trying to hang it up from the pieces that don't get tensioned well enough, that you have to put over another layer. So I ran out and got a second roll of this, and this is the end of the second roll, so I need to get one more roll of this. I think will be enough to get that section, these 2 big ones, that little tiny one, that medium one, that small one, and that small that back corner. And that's really it. I mean, like, it's just the corners. I also need to do that big long area. But yeah, it's just a couple of patches, you know, like a couple patches in this corner, a little bit there, and a little bit there. But we got a lot of it finished today. We almost got all of it done today. Got this whole center line, all the walls, minus the doors. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm happy with how this is coming out. It feels a lot better in here than it did with no insulation. And this stuff is a little dusty because it's fresh and new. So there are some little hairs that come off of it. That's what I mean by dusty. But even then, I don't smell anything. It doesn't stink. It's not irritating. I'm not having any allergies because of it. So yeah, I think this is a good purchase. I think we'll go over the pricing in the next video when I bring everything else in, because I want to finish this and bring some stuff in so like I can film in here sitting down on something and not just be like, you know, filming stuff in here. But yeah, the bus is pretty much insulated. Just a couple more panels to go. But I need some more tape and the store is closed, so I have to do that tomorrow. But yeah, this is where we're at. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful and or just exciting, because it's insulated and it's wool insulation and it's not Havelock Hills. I don't know, I'm stoked myself, and it was really easy to install. As you saw, I got almost the whole bus done by myself in the span of one day, and there's still some time left. I just ran out of materials, or I'm about to, and I don't want to start on these larger areas with you know, no tape and have it dangling overnight, and I want to ruin it, you know. So I got plenty of wool left, though. I still got another box that I haven't even cracked into, so this is awesome. We will update you guys over time on how it does, but thanks for watching.